The British Home Office admitted the cost of housing illegal migrants in 3- and 4-star hotels cost the British taxpayer £4.7 million a day, 4 times higher than what they had previously claimed, provoking outrage from Nigel Farage and other Conservative figures. UK Home Office officials admitted that they misled members of Parliament on February 2 when they told them the cost of housing migrants in hotels cost the taxpayer £1.2 million a day, subsequently issuing a correction that the actual number is almost 4 times the amount at £4.7 million or £1.71 billion, $2.31 billion, a year. This amounts to £1.2 million a day being spent on housing 12,000 Afghan refugees in hotels and a daily £3.5 million on housing an estimated 25,000 alleged asylum seekers in hotels, The Times reports. In an exclusive comment to Breitbart London, Brexit boss Nigel Farage branded the migrant crisis as out of control, and said that it was outrageous and offensive that the government was spending British taxpayers' money on housing migrants in hotels. GB News host and director of conservative digital channel Reasoned, Darren Grimes, echoed this sentiment and also condemned the government's decision to house migrants in luxury hotels at the cost of the taxpayer, saying instead our priority ought to be struggling Brits, not the housing of those who break our laws to get here. Government stats show us that since the lockdown strategy a total of 222,360 households have been tipped into homelessness, equivalent to a city the size of Liverpool, Grimes said. We should be looking after Brits here, with thousands more set to be tipped into debt thanks to inflation and tax increases. For both the public finances and border security, this government fails us each day it refuses to deliver on turning back the boats, Grimes continued. Britain has experienced an unprecedented number of migrants illegally entering the nation, with a record over 28,000 arriving in 2021, and well over 1,000 have already made the deadly crossing into Britain in 2022. The British Home Secretary Priti Patel has admitted barely any of these individuals have been deported, with The Times reporting that only 10 of the 2021 arrivals had been removed from Britain by September last year. Instead of speeding up the deportation process to solve the migrant hotel crisis, the Home Office has drafted in the British Army to build accommodation to house the illegal migrants. The housing of the migrants in hotels has also had a knock-on effect on hotel stays in general, with it being reported that scores of British veterans had their hotel rooms cancelled before an event to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the Falklands War, with the hotel instead prioritizing the housing of illegal migrants. Parachute Regiment veteran turned world record-holding stuntman John Bream told Breitbart London it was terrible to hear that his fellow veterans could not be accommodated to remember their fallen paratrooper brothers who were involved in the bloodiest fighting in the whole campaign. Priorities should be made. Veterans do not serve the country to demand thanks, but a little appreciation goes a long way. Look after our old boys as they would have dropped everything for you in a heartbeat, Bream said.